The Joe Rogan Experience.
No, I lived the life. I have to admit, it wasn't always cost effective, but I lived my gimmick.
But it's such a fun life, man.
Yeah.
What year did you start? Like, what year did you make your first pro wrestling matches?
73.
73.
I started training in fall of 72, and I had my first match in January of 73.
Those are the old days, man. The Killer Kowalski days.
Vern Gagne.
Wow.
And what's crazy?
Crusher, Bruiser.
Yeah.
I mean, but you started wrestling after the plane crash, right?
No, plane crash was in 75.
Oh, wow.
I wrestled
Tell
3
us
years.
about the plane crash.
We were going from Charlotte to Wilmington, North Carolina for outdoor show, 10,000 at Legion Stadium. That's where Michael's from. That's the first time I met Michael Jordan. Not at that show, but I met him at the matches in Wilmington. And what happened ultimately is he took 5 of us on the plane, and we didn't know at the time he was carrying no fuel because we were 1,400 pounds over gross.
Right.
So we get there and hit a little bit of a headwind. We're between 7,000 and 8,000. It's not a pressurized plane, so that's not 310. And he did what's called past the point of no return. He should have landed in Raleigh and refilled, but he's looking and saying it's 100 miles, right? So unbeknownst to us, the guy who was in front of me, Johnny Valentine, who got paralyzed, kept looking at the gas gauge and looking back at me and going, I was going, Johnny had that dry sense of humor. Well, we're flying along. All of a sudden, the right engine goes boop, 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 maybe like 6 times over, like you see in the movies, and then bingo, pinned, right? I went, shit. He reaches down, he pulled up the reserve, natural reaction. There is no reserve gas. Left engine went, boom. And instead of flew into a tree orchard, right? Normally it'll cartwheel a small aircraft. We were going so fast we tore it down and landed in a railroad embankment, stuck at the ground at 230 miles an hour.
Ooh.
So we were probably going, well over 300. And we're just literally 200 yards from the runway.
Wow.
So he tried.
And
He died, and he never regained consciousness. And 2 chicks came, both engaged to him, double knockout at the door, at the hospital door.
Oh, boy.
I told the guy, he goes, Joe, you and I could talk all day. So they're putting us in the ambulance, right? It's like the old military style, not like the ones today that are like a hospital room, right? You're putting you in a rack, right? And he goes, I think we might lose this one. So I go, I told the guy, I said, I think he's talking about me. I said, man, go with my shaving kit. I said, a letter to a chick named Sheila. I said, tell Sheila I love her, but not to come see me. Last I seen of Sheila.
Oh, boy.
The guy showed up 10 years later at the match. Said, you remember me? I'm the guy who got the letter for you. I said, thanks.
So how bad did you get injured in the accident?
Broke my back 3 places, T10, 11, and 12.
So fractured the actual bones of the
Compression
spine?
fracture, yeah. I used to be 6'2".
So they had to fuse your back?
Nope, no surgery at all.
Really?
Yeah, they just didn't think I'd ever wrestle again. And I'm that was what we're going to do, right?
They said you're never going to wrestle again.
Yeah.
that was in 75? What'd you say? When was
It
it the
was
crash?
October of 75, and I was back in the ring in March of 76.
Yeah.
I went from 255 to 180 back to 218.
Wow.
But I never got myself to land flat on my back again, ever. Everybody knows the landing on my hip on my side.
Yeah.
Because of your back injury.
Yeah, just couldn't get myself to land flat. So the promoter I was wrestling said, if you don't take a backdrop, that's where you flip over a guy's shoulder and go up in the air like 6, 7 feet, boom. I'm going to make you wrestle an hour every night until you do. So I go, after 2 weeks of wrestling, and some of the crowds back then were 250, 300 people, $5 ringside, Fisherville, North Carolina, or Fisherville, Virginia, middle of nowhere, right? 1 hour every night. Mm-hmm. Finally, I said, damn it, I'm just going to take the backdrop, throw me in, hit turbo, took it, boom. That was over. But I just couldn't get myself to land flat on my back.
When you did, what happened? Were you all right?
I was fine. Yeah.
So it was just psychological.
All psychological, yeah.
Jesus Christ.